Hey, what is the scene? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how I made this animation in Twinmotion. Alright, so it's something pretty simple. It wasn't the initial end result I was going for. When I started, it was just to test out some lighting just on a rock structure. So because of that, nothing is actually to scale, and I would show you that once we jump into Twinmotion. So before we get started, if you like this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave me a comment, let me know what you want to see in the future. Give me some feedback on the renders, and if you think there's something I could improve on, let me know what it is. Feedback is always good for growth, so I'm all about that. So yeah, let me just jump straight into Twinmotion and I will show you the scene breakdown. Alright, so as usual, I already have the scene torn off here. With the resolution, the only thing I did was reduce the path tracing quality so we don't lag as much. So the first thing I always do is delete the starting ground, and then for this one I brought in one of these L curves. So you find this in the Twinmotion library. I believe it's under objects. So once I get that, I already set up the lighting. Now we will get to the lighting at the end, but just so you could see how everything come together, the lighting is the final lighting, just at a lower path tracing quality. So the first thing I did was bring in this main rock structure here. I saw this rock in the Megascans library and kind of really liked the way it was shaped with the textures and the colors and everything. Now if I show you the scale, you can see how off this is, right? So I believe this is the actual default size of the rock itself, and then as the render started to evolve, it kind of turned into something I didn't plan, so I had to go in and adjust the scale of everything in the scene to match the size of the rocks. So once I brought in the first rock, I started to bring in some other rocks. Now all of these are very simple rock structures from the Megascans library. What I would do is I would turn off the parallax, so in this view we don't have any distortion on the camera. So yeah, these are just simple rock structures that you could find in Megascans, nothing too crazy. Alright, so I started to bring in the rocks one by one and just place them around just randomly, trying to come up with something that I like. So at this point, this is where the direction of the render started to change. When I brought in this rock, I was like, okay, it would be kind of cool to have one of those oriental buildings sitting on the side of the mountain itself. So I brought in this specifically for the building to rest on, and then I continued scattering a couple of rocks around the area, initially wanting to have this area here as a pool and to do a waterfall effect coming down. Unfortunately, the water in Twinmotion isn't that good. Trying to play around with some ideas to get something that looks pretty good directly in Twinmotion instead of having to do it in post. So still working on that. If I do come up with something, I'll let you guys know. So once I did that, I started to do some scatter on the ground itself. Now this does look like a lot, but the easiest way to get this is you bring in one of these from the Megascans library. It's just a rocky ground, and then you just adjust the height until you get something that you like, and then you would get this scattered effect. It doesn't cost much geometry for that, and it gives you a decent look. So once the rocks came in, I went onto Sketchfab and I found this really cool little building. Now the only adjustment I made to it, these were initially red, and I just selected the material for that and I give it some emission so it would give this glow effect that you see here, and adjusted the color slightly. So once we got to that point, then I started to scatter trees. All the trees are from the Max Tree library that you could download for free and then have it placed into your user library in Twinmotion itself, so it's easy to use. So I started to come in and just place the trees. Now keep in mind, as I said, the scale was off, so I had to manually adjust the size of each one of these trees in order to get them to work with the size of the building itself. Right? And I didn't want to overpower the scene with too many trees, so it wasn't really much I did. Then I brought in some ivy. Now, as I said, initially I wanted to do a waterfall here, but I wasn't getting anything that looks good, so I just kind of brought in some ivy on the rocks itself, just to break it up so it would not have this, you know, clean grayish, you know, off-white color, creamish color that it has, just to add some more texture to it. Now for the bushes, I would not put them on one at a time. I just put all on. There is a bit, and I just kind of scatter them all over, again manually adjusting the size. From there I took a cube and got it down to size, and this is how I got the water. Now from far you wouldn't really see it, but if it's not there, it just looks like a hole in the rock. So I got the water in there. I think this was the first image I did where I played with the 4 cards. So I just put in 2 cards. We have 1 card to the top here. If I switch it off, right, put 1 card to the top here and then another card to the bottom here. I don't know if any of the Twinmotion devs would see this, but please unlock the XY rotation on the 4 cards. There are certain things I have in mind that I want to do, and that XY rotation is killing it. So yeah, unlock the XY rotation on the 4 cards. So once that was done, I like to add birds to all of my scenes, so I just added flock of birds. So there is a flock over the building as well as to the top. And that was everything for the actual scene itself. Is pretty simple. Everything is just directly Twinmotion. I didn't have to bring in any models from Maya or anything. Now if we take a look at the lighting, what I started with was HDRI Sky Dome at the low sun overcast 09. I find this was a pretty decent one to get a soft light as well as a bit of yellow orange into the scene, but not too much because I don't really gravitate to that type of image. I like cooler images, so this was one I was happy with. Intensity at 200 and added some rotation. As usual, what I normally do is once I find the intensity of the light, I would turn off the match HDRI and I would come in here, and under the temperature I would adjust to get the temperature of the sun that I want, and then I would adjust the size in order to get the softness of the shadows that I want as well. So that's how I did that. I didn't add anything to wind or seasons or fog. For the camera, I switched off the auto exposure and took it down to 0.5. Made a slight adjustment to the white balance, no tint, and I always come in and adjust the highlights and the shadows here. So as you can see how it takes effect on the scene itself. So did that 35mm lens and no vignette, but as you can see I turned off the parallax just to make the video, but the parallax was left on for the final render itself. There is no depth of field in this one. Render settings, I normally render high at 1024 samples and 10 bounces, and the firefly is down to 10, which is like my normal go-to for most images. Someone from the Twinmotion community did say I could play around with dropping it a bit and still maintain the same quality while reducing render time, so I'll definitely give that a shot and see how it works out. For the FX, now normally I would adjust the contrast and the saturation, take the contrast up, drop the saturation a bit, add a slight amount of clarity and sharpness, but this time I left it at default and it kind of came out okay-ish. For the final video, 3840 by 3840, and yeah, there you have it. That was it. So yeah, that was the breakdown of how I created this. There are some more videos that I am looking to do the same breakdown on for scenes that I created, like these. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, what you want to see, if you have any questions, if I went over something too fast, if I speak too fast, because I was told that Trinidadians speak a bit fast, so if I need to slow down, let me know. Yeah, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.